Welcome to another episode of Ask Sharon. I'm going to start out today during the last week of session with a bill that I haven't had a lot of questions about, but I wish I had. That's our data privacy bill that has yet to come to the floor. That will be one of the strongest data privacy bills in the country. And it won't be perfect, but it's a place to build. And I'm hoping that a lot more people will pay attention to that and not think that technology has moved so fast that it's too late to do anything more to protect our data. It's not too late, and we will be working on that. We have been debating the capital gains tax, and that's a bill that I have gotten a lot of comments about. This is a new tax. When you sell an investment like a stock or a bond, and when your profit is over $250,000 in a year, the part that's over $250,000 of profit after you subtract the purchase price is what you will pay capital gains on. This money is going to go to two of the most important places that we spend our money and where we have the biggest need, particularly since the pandemic: early childhood education and daycare. Childcare is so important, and some of the most essential workers were unable to find childcare during the pandemic. We always had a problem, but now the problem is very, very visible. And that's why we need to balance a very regressive tax system by introducing this tax where the very wealthiest people will be paying a proportionate share to the poorest people and the lowest income people in our state. I believe that this is a kind of fairness that I've been working for 10 years. We need to do the right thing in our tax code, and we need to do the right thing by our kids and by our working families. And that's why I voted for it. And I'm proud that we're taking a step to make our tax system more fair and more just. You may be interested in watching the floor debate, and you can get to that on TVW. But I'm going to leave you with my floor remarks, and I hope that you'll stay involved and keep asking me questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am voting yes on this capital gains excise tax to keep my promise of working for a better tax code. We've all heard that Washington's tax code is the most regressive in the nation. But what that really means is that working families who are barely keeping a roof over their head and food on their table, that's who's paying for a disproportionate share of the programs and services our communities need. I'm voting yes because access to childcare is critical for economic recovery in the wake of COVID-19, critical for the economic well-being of Washington's working families, critical to people like my friend Jane, who works taking care of people who are aging in place or ill. She's a caregiver, but she started out with a life story that would bring tears to your eyes. I'm so proud to call her my friend and to be close to her and her little family. She makes close to minimum wage, and she struggles to afford childcare for her little girl so that she can work. When the economy shut down, she got a little raise because she took on more work, and that took her out of subsidized childcare. She made it only because her mother got laid off and her husband had his hours cut, so that she was able to get by. But her little girl didn't get quality childcare. She didn't get the other kids around her. She didn't get the learning experience. I'm voting yes because my friend who's had a difficult start, she should be treated as well by our tax system as people who sell investments and make over $250,000 profit after deducting the purchase price of that investment. We have an opportunity here to transform people's lives for the better. Let's take that step and help fulfill the promise that Washington's tax code can and should work for us all, not just the wealthy few. Vote yes.